Yo, 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 what's up? This John from Judge Innovation Girls in the peach capital of the state, baby. Boys and girls. All right, so we watching Beverly Hillbillies this time. Beverly Hillbillies. Beverly Hillbillies. I found that on Pluto TV. And then there's Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy. They don't have Gilligan's Island, but they got The Twilight Zone. They got Mork and Minnie. They got Hogan's Heroes, Andy Griffith. Been going through there checking all of them out. So, man, I am so sorry. I accidentally deleted the live from yesterday, putting in the back window package tray. YouTube had my lives all messed up. The names of them it says you have a live set to come on at October 20th. And I'm like, that's not right. And when I clicked and deleted it, and then I went back to look to see where my live was from yesterday, putting in the windows, the speakers in the package tray, it was gone. Hey, Green Acres, that's a good one. Let me write that one down. Let me see if I can find that one. Let me write that one. I smell something hot. Green Acres. Let me write that down. See if oh yeah, and I tell you another one I was looking for. Hee-haw. 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 I was looking for that one too. What's up, Gary? What's up, Chris? What's up, Mac? What's up, Elko? So this is where I'm at right now. So I'm just going to set the camera up, and I'm just going to pull wires. I'm going to check them with the test light. We'll do all that. So it's not going to be real interesting. I'm just going to be pulling wires, checking everything. I'm trying to get a lot of headway today, but I will show you what I do have. I do have driver's side turn signals. Now, I don't know why I got driver's side turn signal. So I got that, all right? So we got the turn signal, but I don't have a turn signal on the driver's side. I got one on the driver's side. I just don't have one on the passenger side. Now, let me show you something else that's going on. That's crazy. The light right here is good, but the problem, let me see if I can get it. I probably won't even be able to get it to do it today. So last night, I don't know if it's a ground issue or a spring issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a ground wire and ground the housing, right? I'm going to run a ground wire. I'm going to run a ground wire from here down to the housing. I smell something. Hold on a second. Let me see. I think it's this. Might be that. So with that being said, it'll come on. I don't know if it's a bad housing or a bad ground. It's one or the other, because once I get it to come on, it'll go back out, because that tells me it's not a good ground. And the spring is, there it is. The spring is not holding, like the housing's wore out or something. I don't know. And I don't even want to act right. There we go. Come on, girl. I know yesterday when I got that son of a gun in there and it was blinking, I slapped the bumper and it cut off. The bulb popped out. The bulb popped out. So with that being said, so let's do this. So I think Napa has new sockets. Napa has the hell? Napa has these. Napa has these sockets right here. Is that what you're talking about? Look at the end. Look at that. Look at that right there. All right, I go check that out, Matt, because I'm definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna have to go check that out, cause yeah, look how loose that is. Oh, hold on a sec. I smell something. Don't smell right. I got a smell of something. Just snip and crip. I got this blanket. Got this blanket right here. Keep the air from blowing out. All right, so what I'm gonna do, all right, let me write that down. Napa has new sockets. The thing about it is, I don't even have a Napa. Where the hell is a Napa at? There might be one in Troy. I don't know. I have to go look. What's up, Chance? Hey, Chance, does Napa and Troy got the sockets for the turn signal bulbs? No, I didn't turn the heater on. No. No, I'm not listening to it. You better take your mouthy tail on out. You better lay down and shut up. I ain't listening to it. I'm gonna throw you out. Look at that. Beverly Hillbillies. I ain't listening to your mouthy self this morning. I'll throw you outside. No, I didn't turn the heat on. It's like 42 degrees in here. I didn't turn it on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, hey, look, I shared Chance's video of the Ford truck with the GT500. I shared it in my community post. The ones I was telling you about yesterday. Go over there and check it out. The question was this, Chance. You see my sockets? See the sockets right there? They wore out. They wore out. And every time it's just a bad ground. And every time I can slap the bumper and the bulb will pop out. I can slap the bumper, boop. It's like, boop, pops out. All right. So, got all this working. Got all the bulbs put in it. Got all the bulbs. Did a little short video on that. Everything works. That's good to go. This light right here is the brake light. So when the emergency brake's on, this brake light comes on. This is the high beam light. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the camera up. It's not gonna be exciting. I'm gonna lay down on the carpet and I'm gonna take my test light, and you can hear the blinker, all right? You can hear it blinking. The driver's side is blinking. Then when you go to do the right side, nothing's working. Does it blink? So I'm gonna start checking the wires that they did. Here's the wires that they done. I've cut the wiring harness back. I've cut the tape back, and I'm gonna start checking these wires to see if they got these right. And then you look at these wires, they got these wires crimped into these wires, and then this wire right here wasn't even hooked up that says temperature cold light, which is the temperature cold light that we got to work on the gauge cluster, but it's not even hooked up. So, and we're just gonna do that. Hush. Ball camp socket box of 10 is what you're looking for. Yeah, I'll have to go get some. All right, Mossy, I appreciate that. If you don't get over there and lay down, I'm throwing you out. I ain't listening to it. So it's not going to be exciting. I'm going to lay down there. I ain't going to be able to see the comments, but I will be talking. So I'm just going to try to do a live to try to make up from yesterday what I accidentally deleted. So while we're watching Beverly Hills Hillbilly. So if nobody didn't know, Chance, did you see the Northern Lights last night? I appreciate that. Chance, did you see the Northern Lights last night? I got a couple pictures of them. All right, so we're going to, like I said, we're going to set this. We're going to set this. Hold on a second. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Mac. All dressed in Mac. My name is Black Mac. So I'm going to find, I think I'm just going to set y'all right here. I'm just going to set y'all right here. Lock y'all in. I'm going to lock y'all in right there. And see what we can find out. See if we got power when we're supposed to have power. And go from there. Like I said, it's gonna be fun today. Fun. So we're gonna test our wiring to see what we can find out or what's going on. And like I said, let me let you live with me. Let me let you live with me. Ooh. Can't do that because I can't see a dab blab thing right there with a light like that. All right, we already know what that is. We don't even know what that belongs to. That was just hanging underneath the dash. All right, we're gonna pull these wires back right here and check and see if we can find out what's going on. I was going to turn the heat on. But it says it's supposed to get up to 65 degrees a day, but don't act like it's going to do it. Don't act like it's going to do it. It's not that bad. Now, if I was outside and the wind was blowing, it would be that bad. I ain't even got the water running towards the, I don't even have the pumps on pushing hot water from the water stove to the shop. I just have the water pumping to the house. I don't even have the water. Like I said, I got a water stove too for heat, and I don't even have the hot water running towards the, I don't even have the pumps on pumping hot water to the shop. Stingy, man, stingy. I don't complain about the cold. It's cold. Look at there. Look at there. That wire wasn't even, that wire just fell apart. Look at there. That son of a gun. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. Look at there. That wire was right there in that wire loom right there. And I cut the tape. And as soon as I cut the tape, I pulled it. It came right out of the damn wire loom. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. And this is what, look, that one come out too. Are you serious? Lord have mercy. Kiss baby Jesus on the head. Come on, man. Y'all got to do better than that. Come on. All you can do is laugh. You can't be mad. What are you going to be mad at? You can't be mad. You cannot be mad. You know what? Because you can't be mad at the client. Ain't his fault. He not the, I'm trying to get my light to work. There we go. Can't be mad at the client. Ain't his fault. He didn't do it. Sweet Lord, baby Jesus. What do you say? What's up, everybody? We're just trying to decipher. You know, we're trying to get on the short road, short end. So we got two blue wires that just pulled right out. Oh me, oh my, oh my. Georgie Porgy Pie. All right, so we got this brown wire. This brown wire, it just decided to let go. So we got to figure out what this brown wire went to. Front left park. All right. That's what that one is. It don't have power. So that's good. Laying down on the ground, laying down on the job again, eating crayons. You crayon eater, you. All right. Let's see. We got to get together. All right. Let's see what we got going on. All right. This one right here says power. So the pink says power. Let's see if it's got power. Uh-huh. Well, the pink don't have power. Why don't the pink have power? Or that one right there says fuel gauge. All right. This one right here. Left signal indicator. All right, let's see if that blinks. That one right there is it's that one right there. It's that wire right there. All right, it's got power. Still got power. So it's got power. All right, what's that one right there say? That don't say crap. That right there says, sweet Lord. Right signal indicator. Right signal indicator. So that would be the passenger side indicator. And that right there is that's in the fourth pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got power. What in the world? What in the world do they got going on here? All right, that orange wire, does it have power? No. Does the pink have power? No. So the power wire, okay, so the power wire, this red wire right here that says gauge, what does that say? Gauge power. So the key's on. Let's turn the lights on. Now let's see if it's got power. Still don't have power. Still don't have power. All right. So that wire does not have power with the key on or running, but it says power. Let me get me some tape. Let me get me some tape. Let me get some tape. Let's get some tape and start labeling wires. Sweet Lord, I saw. I had a big bowl of grits this morning, boys and girls. A big bowl of hot, steamy grits. Need a water. Boy, it smells like high RPM octane up in this juke joint. All right, boys and girls. Got a water. I got a pen. I got a Sharpie. Oh. Woo. The client's working. It's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'll get it figured out. I will get it figured out for you. All right, that right there says left, right indicator. Left. How can it be left, right indicator? Can't be left and right. Oh, it had dirt on it. Left signal indicator. So left signal indicator. Whew. I guess he's ground off. What? It don't have a voltage regulator. This car don't have a voltage regulator. All right, so that's that. I'll catch up on the comments in a minute. I got to stay focused. All right, this one right here says, it don't say nothing. Oh, there it is. Oil pressure sender. All right, we're going to label that one. Where's the test light ground? It's right there. It's right there. It's a good ground. Oil sender. All right, there's the oil pressure. That's the temp sender. There's the temp sensor. Over there, got the Beverly Hills Hillbillies on. Temp sensor. Senor. temp sensor. You know what would be good? You know what? You know what would be good right now? A big old bowl of hot bowling grits. You know what else would be good? A label maker. A label maker would be like super professional, wouldn't it? If I had a label maker, I could tape in there temperature sender, and then print it off and then stick it to the label. So we got, there should be a stud that goes, yeah, there ain't no stud. There ain't nothing like that. It's a wire. It's a ground wire. All right, so we got temperature sensor, oil sander, left signal indicator. This green one should be high beam. High beam indicator. That's what we was looking for, that one too. High beam, high beam, high beam. There's the high beam. Appreciate that, Nathan. Appreciate that clearing that up. I really appreciate that. Honestly, at this point, it would probably be better off just to rip the whole damn thing out and start over, honestly. But a wiring harness is like $800 for a damn wiring harness. And this is a new wiring harness. Somebody just didn't do it real good justice. So that's the high beam. So let's see, let me see something right quick. So which one's that? That is the green one, which is the third pin, which is that third pin right there. We're gonna see something right quick. Ha ha! At least I got that one right. All right, so that's the third pin. 1, 2, 3. So when y'all see the test light? So when I put the test light on it, the light does not come on, right? Then I come over here, put the high beams on. Yay! We got that light. We got that light, so that works. That one works. This one right here is, what say you? Right signal indicator. Right signal indicator. That's that one, right? Yep, right signal indicator. All right, so we got that. Says this one is the fuel gauge. Oh, come on. Feel like I'm at the damn dentist. What we say that one was? Fuel gauge. Fuel gauge. Fuel gauge. So the pink wire says fuel gauge. Fuel gauge. All right. So this one right here, this one says power, and there's no power, so I don't know where the power's coming from. It might be coming from the fuse box, and it might have a blown fuse. Power. Yay! I will tell you this, on OG6, there's a couple little things that's going on with that. So with OG6, with the wiring, I want to do something a little different, and I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on that. So when I worked up at Patty's Garage, there was a guy in there, Rooster, and there was another guy, what was his name? Can't think of his name right off the top of my head. It was Rooster. There was 3 of them. And they done all the wiring and stuff down there in the Mopar building. And, man, they would use modules, like connections. It was just unreal, man. It's just unreal. Some of the little tricks that I seen them do with the wires, and I had talked to Cars in the Cut about it, and Cars in the Cut was telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what he's going to do, but he's like, yeah, I'm going to do this and this and this. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I was like, do you know a company that sells the connectors and the pins and stuff like that? Because on the Cutlass, what I want to do for that build, for that consignment build, on that consignment build, what I want to do on that one is I want to rewire the whole car, right? Rewire the whole car, but put everything module, like module where you can take it apart with weather pack plugs. There's a place called Race Wire Solutions, and they have a bulkhead fitting that's female on both ends. So what you would do is you would drill a hole in the bulkhead or the firewall, and you would put this in there and you put your jam nut on it, and both ends are female. So the plug that would be in the engine bay is male, and then it's weatherproof. So, and it's like, you can get it like 1, 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, whatever. You can get it ever how you want to get it. And it has all these wires in there, and you have to put them in there, and you know, it just makes one lead. It's one big fat lead. And everything's in there, so it's module. And all you do is you just plug it up on the firewall side, and you lock it. And then on the inside of the car or whatever you're doing, you plug the other side up and you lock it. And then that through coupling that you're using, everything is hooked up. It's module. Do everything like that, where it's not like this. It's a bundle of wires, and at the end of that bundle, you have a bundle of wires. And then after that, you can have all the pins in it with all the wires, and then you just plug that bitch up and you're done. So Race Wire Solutions, they do that in the race car world because, you know, they got to take the front end off the car. They just want to unplug it, do that. So it's all module. It's all mods. They call it module, where you can remove something. All you got to do is just undo the weather pack and you're done, and you plug it back up and you're done. There ain't no more of this crap right here. Now, when this stuff is done right, it's cool, but it's just tracing a lot of crap. You know what I mean? So I want to do that on the Cutlass. Now I know Cars in the Cut is doing that, but that's his story to tell on what he's going to use. There's other stuff I don't even want to mention because that's his thing. He mentioned that to me, so I don't want to say that. But I was asking him, do you know a company that sells these weather pack plugs and these connectors that don't say Race Wire Solution on it? Because Race Wire Solution, everything that they have is printed on their connectors. It says Race Wire Solution, which is not really a bad thing, but I just don't want no numbers, don't want nothing on it. And he give me 3 links to 3 different companies that sells all of the connectors, all of them, all the automotive connectors, all the connectors that I was asking about, everything. So I'm like, yes, winner, 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 chicken dinner, like NASCAR in the 70s. Yeah. Redundant grands bout to the battery instead of chasing what? Yeah, Mike, I thought it was a good idea too. So that's why I wanted to share it. I know there's a lot of different wiring harnesses out there and different stuff, and and people make them different and whatever, and that's all good. That's all good. But like I said, I want to do that. I would have done that on the C10, the 68 C10. I would have done that on the 68 C10, but he'd already bought a wiring harness. I can't do that because I can't see. He already bought a wiring harness for that truck, and it was like $1,500 for the damn wiring harness. The painless wiring harness that he bought. And it was a good harness, don't get me wrong. It was a good harness. But this ain't that type of party. All right, so that's that. This don't have no power. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, I say we're getting somewhere. All right. I gotta find somewhere to put this light. This some gun is aggravating the shit out of me. All right, that might work. All right, so this orange wire right here that I said should have power on it. Well, I mean, orange is usually hot, but here we go. Here's the orange wire. They got the orange wire piggybacked off of this that says volts, and then they got it all electrical taped together. Did y'all see where I put my razor blade? I'm about to get up. It might be underneath my neck. There it is. Oh, me. All right, so they got this orange wire coming out, running into this bundle of wires right here, and it's electrical taped. And right here on this thing right here, it says volts. Volt meter. Okay? Volt meter. So that's what's on that. So I take it that they got it crimped and piggybacked off of that right there, which this car don't have a voltmeter. This car don't have a voltmeter. It's got an alternator on it now. Had an alternator when he brought it. JG, check out the connector expert and Dale City. Okay. I appreciate that, Mustang. I got it screenshot what you told me about that Bluetooth module last night. I just ain't had a time. I just ain't had time to. I thought I cut my finger. I just ain't had time to look for it. See, you see that light? I'm fixing to throw that son of a gun in the bushes. All right. All right, there's a fitting. I swear, boy. Ooh. What's up, cars? I'll catch up on the comments here in a second, boys and girls. I'm just trying to stay where I'm at. We're going to hit a couple lives today. We're going to do one in the morning. We're going to do mid one afternoon. And we're probably going to hit one in the afternoon, late evening, to see if it changes up anything. Maybe when we cut this wire, this plastic loose, the current, the wires just don't fall out. Whew. All right. So I don't know why they done what they done. Y'all can't see it, but let me turn this around. I don't know why they done what they done. So they come out of this plug that actually goes to the gauge cluster. They come out with an orange wire. They grab a wire grommet. They crimp the wire back to itself and then run this orange wire out, which is not labeled, and it wasn't hooked to anything. See that? Wasn't hooked to anything. So I don't know what they were thinking. So what I'm gonna do is on the gauge cluster, I'm gonna see where this plugs up on the gauge cluster and see what the orange wire does on the gauge cluster side, because I got the gauge cluster working. Everything works on the gauge cluster. So when I plug the gauge cluster back up, it has two plugs. And I'm gonna see where the orange wire on my side, what it runs, and then find out what they had going on this side to see, because right here, these two orange wires and this brown wire goes into this butt connector, crimped together. This orange wire comes back out on this side, and then on this side is connected to a black wire. This black wire, Holly, I'm fixing to throw you out. You can't use no cleaning solution to clean these wires, because if you put like any kind of cleaning stuff on it, you might wipe off the label, what it says. This black wire says AC/heat power. All right. So they got the AC air conditioner heat wire power crimped into this terminal that has the brown wire that says voltmeter, which is crimped to the orange wire, which is over here on this side. Then the orange wire piggybacks off of this, runs out of that, and is not hooked to nothing. And then on the other end, this wire right here, this wire that I'm pointing at says AC heat power supply. That's what that says. And the car didn't even have air conditioner in it before I got it. Now it has air conditioner in it. So I don't know why they had that wire hooked up like that. Then this brown wire, then on this other side right here, y'all see on this other side, it splits off to this brown wire. And this brown wire goes to this plug, which this plug right here and this plug right here and this orange wire right here will just dangling underneath the dash like a nutsack. All right. Now let's see. All right, now let's see on my gauge cluster. Let's see on my gauge cluster. Now, I fixed all these wires. Fixed everything. I wire loomed them. So this orange wire right here, this orange wire runs over to the clock. Yeah, and the clock doesn't work. So I already established, yeah, that'd be right. Mustang. That'd be right. The clock stays constant hot. But I wired up the clock. I pinned it and hooked it to the battery and left it running for 24 hours, and the clock doesn't work. So that's that. So the pink wire is supposed to be hot because the pink wire controls these gauges here and the gas. So the pink wire needs to have power on it, and that's that. All right. This part right here, the green wires are for these gauges here, which we're not using, so we're not really worried about those. The gray wire right here is the interior lights, right? So this gray wire here is the interior. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 bulbs for the interior lights. All right. this bulb right here, this gray wire right here, wait, yeah, hold on. Yeah, this gray wire right here is, yeah, this one, this blue wire is for the high beams. All right, so the orange wire that they had, what do you say? Nobody bring him anything with power windows and seats or a defroster. What are you talking about? What's up, square body? So, all right, that's that. So the orange wire is for the clock. The clock doesn't work. Okay, we're good on that. The pink wire, we need power on that, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So let's get back to it, and let's see what we got going on here. So this wire, this wire here, this plug, and this wire was just hanging underneath the dash, not even hooked up. What's up, Tulu? Was not even hanging on, hooked up or anything. This is the interior light bulb in the harness. It has power on it, but it don't have a bulb. And there's a little bracket right here for the interior light for the floor. Okay, so that's that. We getting there. The brake light switch on the dash is for this when you go to push the brakes, which it doesn't have an emergency brake. They cut the emergency brake cables off of it because they took out the 2-speed power glide and put a 700R in it. And then when they put a 700R in it, you have to cut all the brackets, and they never put the brackets back for emergency brake. So the brake light switch in the dash is for that right there. I'm going to wire it up, and then we'll try to figure out the emergency brakes later. We have left turn signals. We just don't have right turn signals. We got high beams and we got low beams. So we got that. So the radio works. All the speakers work. I've done all that. The air ride stuff, it all works. Everything that I've went back and fixed is working now. So now we're just trying to attack what this little stuff they got going on here and try to do that. So the plan for the day, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. The plan for the day is to have the transmission lines hooked up, the detent cable hooked up. I'm going to go to Napa because Chance and Mac said Napa has the sockets for the turn signals. I'm going to see if I can go get those so we can fix that. And then I'm going to try to figure out why we don't have power on the passenger side brake lights. And I'm going to show you that too right now. So you can see I got lights on the driver's side, but I don't have lights on the passenger side, right? I don't have lights on the passenger side. I have no power on that purple wire right there. I have no power, absolutely none. So I'm gonna have to find where in the hell that wire. I mean, I know it runs up through here. It runs underneath this, and I'm gonna find it, and then it comes up right through here and find out where that wire is to send power. So they took a very good wiring harness and they kind of just whatever. Like I said, I got left turn signals. Oh, the switch ain't on, but I got left turn signals. I got the brake lights working. on the passenger side, on the driver's side, and we got that going on. So, oh yeah, I got a power probe. Yep, sure do, right there. Been using it every day. Use it every day. Sure do. Sure do. Sure do. Sure do. Sure do. Also, I energize the windshield wiper motor, and it just clicks. Click, 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 click. So I got to trace. I got to come in here. You see where they brought the wiring harness out? You see this right here? See that? You got a purple and a red wire that don't even have nothing on it. And then you got all this bundle of wires right there. So I just been digging into them. And here's the blinker wire. Here is the plug for the turn signal, and you see how bad and corroded it is. So when the turn signal would blink, it would blink, I'd slap the bumper and the bulb would pop out. So, yeah. So this is my wiring. This is my wiring. All this is mine. So, and yeah, I tapped that son of a gun. I sure did. I tapped it. I tapped it like it was prom night. Sure did. I sure did. I sure did. I sure did. I sure did. Where's my little tapper at? Where's my tapper at? Yeah, sure did. Sure did. I sat here and said, yep, I tapped it. I tapped it and it still click, 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 click. But you know it worked at one time because you can see the scratches on the glass, and I'm going to polish this glass out, and I'm going to take the windshield wipers off, I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to wet sand and polish the glass to see if I can get some of these scratches out of it, which I'm sure I can, and go from there. Extra relays on the headlights. Extra relays on the headlights. What are you talking about, Mossy? Extra relays on the headlights. What are you talking about? Are you talking about putting extra relays on the headlights? Or are you asking me? Oh yeah, I've polished glass before, Gary. Y'all wait till I do that. If it can be cleaned up, I'll do it. I promise you. I did some 1930 glass. It was milk. It was milk. It was milk. And I cleaned it. I can't run LEDs. I got 2 weeks to get this car done. I got to have this car done by the end of the month. We ain't got time to be reinventing the wheel, square body. We ain't got time to be reinventing the wheel. We got to get it back running and driving. And then after that, then we can look. But I got 2 weeks. I got to have this thing done by the end of this month. So the day's the 12th. I literally have 18 days. 18 days. I got 18 days if you count the weekends to get this thing done. Like the car runs and car ran and drove when I got it, but there was a lot of gremlins. A lot of stuff didn't work. Speed armor didn't work. Gauges didn't work. Shifter didn't work. Shifter didn't work. Brakes was not. There was a lot of stuff, and I've been going on it hard here the last little bit. And the client watches this, and I'm super. So I got a punch ticket list. So here's what we got going on. We'll go from the front to the back. I got to make power steering pump hoses. I got to hook the transmission lines up. Got to hook the detent cable up. Got to hook the throttle up. Got to hook the speedo up. Got to make air conditioner lines. Got to install the hood hinges. Got to wrap the console that I made for the gauge cluster for the thing. Got to run heater lines. Got to wire up the vintage air. Have to get all the gauge clusters and all the wires working. The horn working, the steering column working, turn signals working, high beams, low beams, turns, all your running lights, exhaust, put the wheels and tires on it, and drive it. So, and drive it. And drive. Appreciate that, Tulu. And drive it. And drive it to make sure. And polish the front windshield. And if the windshield wiper's bad, I gotta change that. Oh, and I gotta spray epoxy on the bottom of the hood and the bottom of the deck lid. Gotta do that too. So somebody's gonna say, well, why the hell you on here talking to us? You better get to work. So the electrical, like spraying the bottom of the hood and the deck lid, you know, I can do that on a Saturday. Turn the heat on the booth, knock that out. Not really worried about that. That's the biggest part is this electrical. And then Nathan made a good comment. What's up, classic car guy? Nathan made a good comment. All vehicles, not just old schools, all vehicles, you need to have at least 1 or 2 fire extinguishers in a vehicle. And every vehicle, like my wife's vehicles, my kids' vehicles, all of them, everything that's motor vehicle on this property has 2 fire extinguishers in them. 2. You need to get a fire extinguisher. It put at least 1 or 2. I mean, at SEMA, there was a F-100 on the SEMA floor. They said it was like a $150,000 truck bill, probably more than that. Drove it out of SEMA, pulled out there on the main strip. Y'all can Google it and look at it. Something happened. The next thing you know, that son of a bitch is on fire and it's burning on Main Strip on Vegas, and they can't get the hood right. They can't get the hood open to put it out, and it burnt to the ground right there. What? High beam and low beam on a relay. It's in the wiring harness. Mossy, I seen your thing. Extra head on the relays. The headlights are on the relay system in the new wiring harness. It has a headlight relay in the wiring harness. Oh yeah, cars, yeah. What? Is yelled at wine would drive me. Henry, is yelled at wine would drive me crazy. I don't even know what that means. Is yelled at wine would drive me crazy. It's all that wiring that you have. Are you trying to say all this wiring that I have would drive you crazy? Oh, okay. All the wires that I have traced would drive you crazy? Hey, the client of this vehicle, he says, man, I'm sorry that this thing's a pain in the ass. And I'm just going to do a PSA. All of it's a pain in the ass. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was all easy, everybody would be doing it. It is a pain in the ass, but I mean, it's the nature of the beast. I mean, this is what we do. When I say we, me and you, this is what we do. It's just nature of the beast. You know, it just costs time and money, and stuff like this you can't price out. You can't say, oh, it's going to take me 5 hours to fix that. You can't. There is no diagnostic algorithm or portfolio where you can say, I need you to go in here and fix all the wiring in this car. Okay. You want me to fix what's here, or you want me to go in there and just gut it? No, I want you to fix what I got. Okay, fine. You can't diagnose that. You can't. You just got to start from the back to the front and work your way up and figure out what it is. And in some cases, ripping out the wiring harness and starting over would be a good thing too. But a new wiring harness is like $1,000. And then somebody's going to say, well, if you got $1,000 in labor, wouldn't it have been cheaper just to find a new wiring harness? If a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass when he hopped. Oh, it's okay, Henry. Henry, it's all right, man. I figured it out. No need to apologize, man. No need to apologize. Don't need to apologize. I'll just it's fine. And sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there's no, when somebody says, oh, you got to give a written estimate. Well, I can't give you a written estimate. It's time and material. It's time and material. I can't tell you, oh, it's going to be 6 hours for me to fix that. Well, at 6 hours, I'm not finished and I'm not fixed and I'm done. I'm not working no more. Well, you said you could fix it in 6 hours. I give you an estimate. You know, the key word estimate, you know, if you look up the dictionary, estimate means an approximation of an estimate of time. It's not set in stone. That's why it's called an estimate, because an estimate can go up or down. And I don't understand why common sense people don't understand that. If somebody says, hey, give me an estimate, it's going to take 10 hours. That's why I say 10 hours plus or minus, because it could be more, it could be less. If it's less, then you pay less. If it's more, you're going to pay more. So, yeah. Yeah, an estimate is a starting point. And a lot of people don't get that. And if there's somebody in particular watching this video, this is all for you. All for you. Well, boys and girls, I got UPS here. I'll talk to you later. Appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first.